Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the webinar. Today, we are going to welcome Principal, and they're going to do an overview for us with a focus on Worksite products today. If you have any questions,
And
the
exit and
presentation.
rejoin, maybe that'll do it.
If you have any questions during the presentation, just type them into the chat box, and we will address those at the end of the presentation. Here's my contact information. I'm Jeff Lewis, Director of Employee Benefits, stationed up here in Northeast Ohio. And we'll have a copy of the presentation available for everyone after the meeting, also on our site. Today, with Principal, we were going to have joining us Casey Moser, TJ Souter, and Sarah Lucas, again with a focus on Worksite. And at this point, we'll turn it over to Principal.
Thank you for joining us, everybody. Today, my name is Sarah Lucas. I am your client relationship consultant with Principal. I am joined by Casey Moser. He's your sales rep. And then I also have TJ Souter, who's our regional vice president of operations with us today. Our full service approach helps deliver what you need to achieve your business objectives and service your clients. And we have a wide product portfolio with excellent service and support services backed by a financially strong company. So I want to go ahead and we can just dive into our group benefits. We are one of the employee benefits leaders in the industry. We have over 75 years of experience offering group benefits. And we have strong financial ratings, over 94,000 employers with 4.2 million covered members. And we actually just hit the 100,000 member mark for our Worksite products, which would be the critical illness, accident, and hospital indemnity, which we're going to do a deep dive review into today. And then we are the #2 provider in group benefits. The other thing I want to mention, because it's something I am proud of, is we were just named for the 13th time in a row as one of the most ethical companies in the world by Ethisphere. So it's just something I think that is very important to me and very proud of. So next slide, please. So with our group benefit options, we do cater to small, large, or anything in between employers. We have a broad portfolio, and we do have lots of flexibility with that you can tailor different designs, different benefit designs for each of your companies. And then something that's a real differentiator with us is our support system. So we have local sales and support teams for you. You'll get your client relationship consultant, which is me, so that I'm your go-to, well, with Cornerstone, go-to person for any escalated issues, all renewal negotiations and things like that. And then you'll also have Casey Moser. He's actually one of the sales reps assigned with Cornerstone, but he would help you with any new business coming in. And then you also have a personal quoter and implementation specialist. So you really do have 4 core people on your team behind you at all times, as well as our large services behind us as well. And then employers with over 500 plus employees receive a dedicated support too. So pretty cool. Okay, next slide. Thank you. With our product portfolio, we offer employer paid services down to 2 lives, up to 5,000, voluntary down to 5, and then self-funded down to 100. Those would be dental. We've got your disability, long-term and short-term, life, vision, and our Worksite, the hospital indemnity, critical illness, and accident. Before we move on, I did want to just mention a couple quick hitters for each of our products that we're not going to go into depth today, but just as a reminder of what we really can bring to you in regards to dental. So it's one of the best networks in the nation. Lots of access points. We also have the max accumulation rollover. So members that don't utilize their max in a full year, that'll roll over to the next year. No waiting periods for any service. We also have the 99th percentile available. So if you have anybody that's in a rural area, or is just concerned with providers or doesn't want any type of balance billing, we can do the 99th percentile and quote that for you. That's typically a 1 to 3% increase. Average, I would say, would be 1.5% is what I see the most from the 90th. So really great option for you there. And then we also offer digital and hard copies of ID cards. The vision would also be on those ID cards as well if you have both of those lines through us. And then for vision, we also offer the VSP Choice Network. That's over 99,000 access points nationally. And we do include Costco, Walmart, Sam's Club, and Pearl's Vision online shopping through Iconic. And then you get extra discounts on some of those popular name brands like Calvin Klein, Flexen, Lacoste, and Nike. Sorry if I butchered that. But anyway, so those are some of the things. And then with the vision, we also offer a 20% discount. So if someone wants to do like contacts and glasses in the same year, same benefit period, then you could use your benefit for the glasses per se, or the contacts, and then you get the other one at the 20% discount. So pretty nice there as well. And then hopping back up to the disability, they are integrated. So the short-term and long-term, if you have both with us, the claims experience is pretty seamless for members. You get one dedicated person to you that you can reach out to, a claims analyst, and then they'll help you through that short-term and long-term disability claim. We also offer EAP core services for free with short-term or long-term disability. You just have to have at least one of those products, and then you get that for free, up to 3 FaceTime visits or like face-to-face visits, calls or emails 24/7 with that. And then we also offer free W-2 and FICA services, which is also really important, something you definitely want to be talking to your groups about. So if you have any questions on that, feel free to reach out to your Cornerstone rep and we can get you some more details, but definitely be talking to them about that. So let's go ahead and do a deeper dive into the Worksite. So this first slide, I wanted to just talk real quickly about 52.9% of American workers are covered by a high deductible health plan. And as you know, those deductibles keep getting higher and higher. And with the economy the way it is, especially today, Americans are having a hard time meeting that burden of the deductible. And they are taking out debt to cover it. So thinking about that. And then 60 to 65% of all bankruptcies are related to medical expenses. That's over half of the bankruptcies that are in America can be attributed to that. So getting into debt with that deep medical expense. And then the last thing I want to mention is medical insurance helps to pay for medical expenses. Disability helps to cover that lost income. But what about those other expenses? That's where this accident, critical illness, and hospital indemnity come into play. So next slide, please. Thank you. Products. We offer critical illness, accident, and hospital indemnity. Thank you. Critical illness highlights. So it bridges the gap in financial protection. It does pay a tax-free lump sum benefit for the member, and it pays it regardless of other insurance that you have. So if you have any medical insurance, it still covers you. If you have any other types of insurances or benefits, it's still going to pay out, and then it can be paid for any purpose that you have, not just medical expense, but it's a cash lump sum pay. Some of the common critical illnesses that are covered are cancer, heart attack, major organ failure, and stroke. The cancer, there's a few different ways that we would cover that. So when you submit the claim for cancer, then you would work with our claims specialist, and they'll advise as to how we would pay that out dependent upon the severity of the cancer. And then this slide actually goes through some of the other covered illnesses that we have. We cover 24 critical illnesses. 6 of those are child specific. And with several of those illnesses, you'll see that we actually will pay out for more than one occurrence, as long as you're 12 months treatment free after that occurrence. So let's say you have a heart attack this year, and then you are treatment free for 12 more months, and you have another one, we'd actually pay that benefit out again on that heart attack. The other thing I wanted to kind of go into a little bit here, to kind of relate it to real world, my friends, they actually got married about 4 years ago, and they had a beautiful baby boy last year. And they noticed some things weren't right, so they went to the doctor. Over 6 months, they've had several testings, and they did get the diagnosis that he was diagnosed with CP. With that came some realizations that his life wouldn't be completely normal, and it was definitely a time when they needed a lot of support. With CP, they would get a $5,000 benefit that could help things like the leg braces that he actually just got about a couple weeks ago to help him learn to walk. But when you think about these things in real life and how it can actually, that $5,000 could be a huge benefit to help them so that they can really concentrate on their son. So thinking about those things, that you have it ready, available for you at your most needed times, it can be really helpful. Next slide, please. Thank you. Multiple payouts. So we kind of just went over this, but reiterate it. Same illness, we'll cover it. First occurrence, and then as long as you're 12 months treatment free, we'll do it again. And then it covers additional occurrences when separated by 12 months for different illness as well. There is a lifetime maximum of 2 times the scheduled benefit. And then this is just illustrating the different types of things you can use this cash for: home health care, travel costs, child care, lost income if you need it because you'll be out of work possibly, and then medical deductibles and co-payments. So key features here with the critical illness, we do, not only does it cover for yourself, you can also get it for your spouse and your children. Children are actually covered automatically at 25% of your benefit. And then your employees, for the spouses, they're 50%, and will only charge you for the member and the spouse. You actually won't be charged for your children there. So that's a nice benefit too. Health screening, yearly wellness benefit for preventive care. So this is included for any Kentucky, Ohio, or Indiana groups. It's not been approved for Michigan. But what that is if you go to a physician or get your preventive screenings, and I can provide after the call, we can provide a flyer on this that goes into more detail of what those screenings are. But you could get a $50 wellness benefit for each member enrolled. So your employee and your spouse and your children would all be able to reap that benefit, which is great. And then it is a portable product up to age 70 for 5 years or 3 years. With critical illness, for your initial enrollment, you can enroll up to the GI amount, so guaranteed issue, without providing EOI. Anytime you enroll after that, EOI would be required. This is a note. And then jumping into accident, one of my quick tips for this: if you have a group that's brand new to Worksite, doesn't have any critical illness, accident, or hospital indemnity products, accident would probably be the one I would lead with the most. It's a very inexpensive product. When I've quoted recently about members would have been, the member price was about $8 to $11 per employee per month, and we actually just did a significant reduction in our rating for accident by about 40 to 50%. So your renewing groups will see that on their renewal. And any new groups that you write with today, you'll see that discounted to that $8 to $11 per month employee charge as well. So great there. It covers injuries because of accidents. It pays up front that tax-free benefit. It's not dependent on services, tests, or treatments, and there's no overall lifetime limits. You can, as many accidents you have and it's needed, we'll pay it out. And then no guesswork on the benefit amounts and less paperwork. So we'll go into more detail about what I mean by that, but yeah, less worry, less issues, and less paperwork to be submitted in a claim, and you actually get paid very quickly with us as well. So this is just a quick snapshot of what types of things and accidents that we do cover. So you'll see anything from burns to concussions to fractures, knee cartilage, surgical repair, things like that. And you'll see that they range from about $5,000 to $100 there as well.
So I just want to touch on that a little bit, if you don't mind. So we can send like the full list to anybody who wants to see what the benefits would be on that. But with our accident product, it's a little bit different than some of the other accident products you might see out there in the industry. 'Cause some of the other ones might say, well, you went ahead and had this accident, you had to get the ambulance ride, you saw the doctor, you had rehab, and all of those things you would have to save up and submit different claims and the receipt for, and you would then get paid upon each one of those. And I had a broker who shared a story with me saying, I don't have a lot of my clients that will actually file all of these claims because each one of them was an hour or 2 hours on the phone for them. And after the first one, they said, I'm not doing this again. And so they got the minimum benefit and didn't recoup what they could have. With Principal, as Sarah mentioned, it's a very easy, seamless claims process to where you have one claim form, you go in, did you have this accident? What was it? Okay, you had a concussion, it pays out 500. There's not going to be all these different claims that you have to go through with it. So it makes it a little bit easier for them. And it allows somebody to actually go ahead and get the full benefit of what they were looking to receive, rather than just part of it because they didn't want to have to deal with the hassle of multiple claims.
Thanks, Casey. And then on our next slide too, it'll actually break that down a little further so you can see how it would work compared to another carrier. So just like Casey was mentioning, it's broken down with other carriers. You have to call and submit that claim for each separate service. Whereas with Principal, you have one claim form, you submit it. If you are struggling with that claim form, you can actually submit office notes as well to our claims team, and then they could reach out to you if they have additional questions. But those office notes, where you can access them on like My Chart, those will go into detail of exactly what occurred or what accident you've had. So that'll list everything we need to know, and then we'll pay that claim based on that. And 7 out of 10 times, we actually will pay more or the same amount as another carrier. So just breaking that down, as you can see, all of those services associated under this case study where there was a motorcycle rider and he had an accident and he had to go through all of these things. He had to file each separately with this other carrier, whereas just one claim form for us, we filed it this way and we paid out actually more than the other carrier. So we have a couple of these case studies too that we can share with you if you have questions on it. But I think this is a helpful visual of what you would expect with Principal. Additional features with accident. So just like critical illness, we do cover for employees, spouses, and kids. So you can elect that at open enrollment time. And then you can actually add that without EOI at open enrollment every year. Wellness, so just like critical illness, we actually offer a wellness benefit with the accident as well. 50, 100, or $150 can be quoted for this product. And we always do recommend something either $100 or $150. And then Casey, did you want to go into a little bit more detail about the wellness here?
Yeah, so as Sarah mentioned there, I do prefer quoting the 100 or 150. Well, you're going to have slightly higher rates. We don't have a cap on how much a person can receive, and it is per family member. So just for math's sake, I'm going to say you've got a $100 wellness benefit. You have 5 members of your family. You go to the doctor just for general checkup. It's promoting, wealth is promoting that general checkup, and you're getting $500 back. And if you look at the premiums on this, you're almost getting this for free. And considering that you also have a wellness benefit on the critical illness, that one is capped at just a $50 wellness benefit. You're still getting part of your benefit pretty much paid for, or part of your premium paid for on that. So yeah, if you do that 100 or 150, you almost have a free benefit to you. it's completely worth the little bit extra in premium.
Thank you. Yeah, so I definitely would add that. And like we said, just quote the 100 or 150. And that's really helpful in selling it to the group as well, and the members. And then portability is also offered with this product, same as with critical illness. So hospital indemnity, jumping into this, it focuses on the medical recovery versus the financial burden of hospital expenses and treatment. It does pay a tax-free lump sum benefit. It's paid regardless of other insurance, just like the others, and can be used for any purpose, just like the others. And proof of good health is actually never required for this one as well. It's a true open enrollment. So it's a really great opportunity if you want to just add that additional coverage to the medical that you have. To the next slide here. With the hospital indemnity, we have HSA compatible plans, and that's what we will lead with when we quote. If you want to customize, we can do that, but this is just a snapshot of what you'll see typically on our HSA compatible benefits. We have the first day hospital confinement, daily hospital, that's always going to be included, but depending on the days that you stay, that's what the benefit you'll see, and the days payable for the benefit as well. And there's no overall annual or lifetime limit with this product either. Next slide. These are some non-HSA compatible benefits. As you can see, there's many here. There's over 30. With this, I would say there's some differentiators that we have where other carriers don't. One thing, I think, pet care, doula care that we get, all chiropractic services. When I am thinking of a group that may want this, I would suggest one that maybe has like a MEC plan or ICRA, where they're not getting much benefit out of their medical and they need something that's more robust. Another option would be if a group's doing a dual option, where you have the HSA compatible and the non-HSA compatible. Those would be available for our larger group, like the groups above 10 plus. But that could give you an advantage maybe to offer them as a richer benefit, because these, as you add on some of these services, you'll see some like emergency room benefit. Those types of things could make this go pretty expensive quickly. So I would always stick with the HSA compatible unless you have a group that is inquiring about a richer benefit like this to kind of attach to that maybe less benefit medical plan that they have. And if you have questions on this, let us know, but we can definitely get you a customized quote with adding any of these options here. So kind of to recap, one lump sum tax-free benefit for all these lines, one bill. So if your group has dental, vision, life, LTD, STD with us, the accident, critical illness, hospital indemnity, they'll show up on that same bill. They'll also show up on Eservice. As you recall, we have the #1 benefit administration award today. So it'll all be on that one site. So easy administration and then easy enrollment too. And I'll go through why and how we can make that easier for you when you're enrolling your employees and getting them to get participation in these plans. Okay. So with education, this is no cost to you or the employer for some of these education programs, but we have enrollment benefit specialists that they are paid just to be there for you as a resource for when you're doing these open enrollment meetings. You do have to have at least 25 or more employees to get one of these members to come out to you, but they'll help to generate that participation and help you present the lines that you have with principal today. So it's a really nice way to get more participation and generate that way. If you have a group that maybe is close to that 25 number, or maybe it's just a special client to you, Cornerstone could reach out and myself or another sales rep could help be there in the absence of not meeting that enrollment benefit specialist requirement. So just let us know if you do have a need for that, and we'd be happy to talk to you through it. enrollment kits, so we can do PDF, and we still do printed copies, actually all the way down to 2 lives. We can send these for you. We do have them available in English and Spanish. So you can just talk to me, your Cornerstone rep, and then they would come to me for those things. We have brain sharks. We call them brain sharks, but they're little 2-minute videos that can be customized for each line. These can be added to, especially if you have like Ease or Employee Navigator in-house. These are great to add, especially when you're adding these voluntary lines, because they can allow members to watch them at their leisure. Maybe they went to the open enrollment meeting, heard everything, but still unsure or missed something. These 2-minute videos are just a really quick recap of why they would want the coverage or need it. And then also just a real quick reiteration of what the benefit is. So really nice feature there. And then during open enrollment meetings, one tip that we would have is to go ahead and put the worksite offerings prior to the life and disability. We've seen that this actually generates better participation using this method versus having them go like all the way at the end of the presentation. So just aligning those products so that they hear that first with the medical before you add all those other lines in. And then online administration with Eservice. We have really great opportunities and features in this service. You can make real-time employee updates. So when you make them online, they appear immediately there. You can access ID cards for members electronically there. You can also order them as well. Benefit summaries, policies, booklets. So your certs are out there anytime that you need them. You can review bills and actually see estimates of the next invoice that is going to be coming out next month. So you can research all that there, and then also access their payment history and prior bills all the way back 3 years. So this is nice. Sometimes I know we get requests for groups that are trying to get like a year's worth of billing. That you can actually access yourself through this online service. So really nice detailed information at your hands 24/7. You can download and print forms. So like your COBRA forms are out there, your different, like your authorization forms and your enrollment forms, those things are also out there as well. And then employers can provide brokers access to this service too. You can, and then qualifications you use for free with any principal group product. You get this with your implementation upon enrollment, and then you need at least one product, so no employee minimum. So really, really awesome. And then we also have a mobile app as well. And the mobile app's been getting a lot of attention lately. We're making lots of great updates. One update for the member portal, the member app of this would be, we actually just got notification that we are updating so that members can see real-time claims go through for disability. So if they go on a short-term or long-term disability with us or have a life claim, they can actually go out and check the status there. And then they also have all the claims forms out there as well. So really, I love the fact that principals always engaged with knowing that technology is such a vital part of our industry, that we are always improving our e-service portal as well as the mobile app portal for not only our employers, but employees and members as well. So really love the e-service. And that's actually all we had today. So now we can open it up for questions.
Yeah, thanks, Sarah. Nice work there. It doesn't look like we've got any questions in our chat area, so I think we can just wrap things up today and send everyone on their way. 30 minutes, good time for us. We like the 30-minute presentations, so I think that we're good to go. Thanks for helping out today. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, and thank you for your business. And Cornerstone is always a great partner with us. So if you have any other questions, you can reach out to your Cornerstone broker representative, and they'll be in touch with us. But we'll send some nice handouts for you so you can take those as well to your group. So thanks again for your time.